Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Jingo. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite partner label titles from Vinegar Syndrome that I've got in a very long time. It is by ETR Media, and their slipcase artwork is out of this world. I absolutely love it. But before we get into that, please remember to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you're interested in more horror content or Vinegar Syndrome content like this, stay tuned because I have a lot more on the way. But check this out.
They're becoming extinct and fighting amongst themselves.
Can you help me? The guy I'm with? He thinks we're chasing vampires.
So, if you haven't seen that movie before, the film we are going to be talking about today is called Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter. It has one of the greatest titles that I've ever heard in my entire life. It was released in August of 2023 and it was directed by Mark Terry, and it is starring Tim Thomerson, who you guys might recognize as Dollman from the classic 80s full moon movies. I absolutely love Dollman. They're so awesome. Dollman and Dollman versus Demonic Toys are so fun. He plays the samurai priest vampire hunter, and he is such a badass. He's like a Clint Eastwood type in like all the movies that he's in. I absolutely love that. And it is also starring Ken Foree. I didn't want to spoil what he looks like in this for you guys, but you might recognize him from a little movie called Dawn of the Dead. And he's actually going to be at a convention that my family and I are going to next week. So I'm looking forward to meeting him. It's going to be so awesome. So Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter is a horror comedy, and it opens up with a really awesomely stylized comic book intro, and Ken Foree is narrating it. He plays a character called the Blood Pusher. I think he's like some kind of like blood dealer. Get it? So right from the start, I could tell that this was going to be amazing and have some amazing low budget cheesy practical effects that just they blew me away. Honestly, you could even see some in the trailer I showed you. It's like this cheesy early 2000s CGI, but it was just shot a couple years ago, and it was actually shot on 16 millimeter film, which is awesome. But just like look at this skeleton practical effects. Like you can tell it's just like the guy's head is in the shirt and they put like this little skeleton head on top of it. I absolutely love that. That's so awesome. You can see one of the vampire girls here, the blood, and like she's got the red contact lenses, and it's just so cheesy, but it's so awesome and so much fun. And it is a bloodbath right from the beginning. It was so sick. I loved it so much. There's lots of TNA in this too, which is awesome. I'm a sucker for that stuff. It just makes horror movies so much better to me. And it's honestly, it's crazy that this doesn't look like it came out recently at all. Like I said, it is meant to look like it was like an early 2000s like full moon horror movie, and it was amazing. I cannot reiterate enough how much fun I had with this. This is one of my favorite partner label titles I've got in a long time. There's an amazing placement of Liquid Death, and that is like my drink. I absolutely love Liquid Death sparkling water and their teas in particular, and that was so amazing. I'm a big Liquid Death fan. These vampires hypnotize people when they feed, which is a good nod to like the original Dracula. So they're staying true to the classic vampire lore, which is awesome. It's 25 minutes into the movie before we even get to see the samurai priest's face. So it's a really cool reveal. These vampires in this movie are absolutely savage. They feast on babies and it is messed up, but I love it so much. Even the babies in this are made with CGI and it's just so cheesy and amazing. It goes into detail about how vampires are selective on their victims, and it's like the food we put into our bodies affects them. So it's almost like if we're eating junk food, they don't want to feed on us because that's the kind of food or the kind of nutrition that they're gonna get, which I thought was a really interesting ideas. But yeah, there's like vampire babies and cheesy vampires, and this is clearly an homage to the early 2000s full moon era. These there are these cop characters that are a different kind of creature with fangs and mouths on their hands, and there was a really cool CGI effect. You saw that in the trailer I showed you earlier. This movie is so sick, guys. There's this scene where there's like this monster Halloween party happening, and the priest goes disguised, and it's so funny. It's so obvious that he is a human under that vampire mask. That almost reminds me of like Marcus from Underworld. So I thought that was really, really fun. But yeah, there's just this low budget CGI throughout that just adds to the charm. Ken Foree's character was awesome. He's like this pimp guy, and he just plays that, and he really leans into that role so well. The ending, we get this epic sword fighting scene, which is awesome. The samurai priest vampire hunter uses swords and guns and stuff. He is such a badass. It's almost like the Clint Eastwood version of Blade, which is just so awesome. There's also a crazy twist at the end of this one that I did not see coming at all, but I had so much fun with this movie, guys. I don't know if it's streaming on anything. I think you can still get this from Vinegar Syndrome. It was from ETR Media. Let me show you guys the release itself. This slipcover is one of my favorite slipcovers I've seen. So you've got this side in red. It says Tim Thomerson, and it shows him right there above like a bloodied vampire. It looks so awesome. And then the other side is blue. You got Ken Foree there with all the babes. That artwork is so, so amazing. It's so detailed and so well done. He's got like his like vials of blood right there, which is really awesome. That is the slipcover. And then you get this really cool comic book art on it, and it says, "Death was finally coming for the undead. A brutal, nasty-ass kicking B-movie blast that must be seen." It says it's shot on super 16 millimeter film, too. There's also a ton of special features on the back of this. There's 2 audio commentaries with Mark Terry and Michael A. Hoffman. There's the film restoration of the movie that wouldn't die, Samurai Priest. The movie that wouldn't die car chase scenes. There's Q&As with the cast. There's like a making of featurette, deleted scenes. There's trailers and promos. It's so awesome, guys. If you haven't seen Samurai Priest Vampire Hunter, do yourself a favor and go check it out. If you're a fan of early full moon or even 2000s full moon horror, this is going to be right up your alley. So go pick it up. See if it's streaming on something. I should have checked before I got on here and did this for you guys, but I forgot to. That is all I got for you guys today. If you could please remember to subscribe to my channel, that would be so amazing. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.